Yo, I ain't here for the money, I ain't here for the fame. Though it might be nice to own a jet plane, I'ma do it all for you. Come along and see it's true, but the world is pretty cold. You might need a sweater too. I'ma put a ride on ya.
This is where I started noticing what was happening. Staff put up signs saying this property was seized by MineXO staff, which Steve didn't seem too happy about. Danny was helping Connor. Then I noticed signs that said shut down by MineXO staff and failure to pay taxes. Afterwards we just jumped around waiting for them to let us out or until something interesting happened. Then this is where Danny said you need a permit to run this casino and Connor said we need to be authorized by the Gambling Commission. Which me and Steve kind of believed at this time. At this time I noticed Connor was rebuilding the iron bars, and every time a bar was built Steve would try and break it down. Danny thought I was breaking their bars, so told me to stop, which I ended up responding with what am I doing? At this point Connor put in chat break equals ban, which none of us wanted to take a chance at getting. Connor also mentioned that IRS have seized our casino. Which at this point I didn't know whether to be confused or worried. MineXO, IRS, or tricks, said in chat where is your permit and Steve replied with they are corrupt, they referring the staff. Danny mentioned that there is no gambling on rule number 32.5, which we thought was ridiculous. Especially since we looked at the rules. Tricks proceeded to tell us we need to give all of our earnings to Danny, which obviously wasn't going to happen. I noticed Reaper was stuck behind the counter behind bars, so we started thinking of a way to get him out. Before we got Reaper out Connor said this place was seized and to pay our taxes, and Danny responded saying they own this place now. Which both me and Steve didn't take lightly, since we spent days building this place. Steve was fuming at this point. He said if gambling isn't allowed, why did staff enjoy doing it so much, which was true. I started taking heads off the wall so the staff didn't take any more of our things. Steve started clearing things out, starting with our Among Us statue. I started putting items from my inventory into my PV. Steve wanted a flower, but I only had one, so I gave him a seed. Spread positivity people. Trix said that there is taxes on our shop, which we thought was absolutely lucrative. Connor responded and said we can do a payment plan. Which again we didn't want to do. Trix started talking insane amounts of money, by telling us we needed to pay $50,000 daily with a 20% interest. And Connor replied to that by telling us to use PayPal too. This guy named Xander was trying to get my attention with all of this going on, to ask if I had beacons. Steve then proceeded to try to protest by building another casino game right in the middle of this, which I ended up breaking down. I finished emptying out my inventory into my PV. I had to keep the poppy, it was the only thing keeping me sane. I saw someone building cactus, and what we did next was the most logical thing to do. We noticed the staff went off, so we knew this was our moment to break Reaper out. He almost blew our cover because he wouldn't give us the iron bars. I then realized I had iron bars in my PV.
One hour later.
I then began to notice that Connor or Danny removed the iron bars blocking the doors.
More moments later.
I turned around and saw that Connor started breaking the iron bars blocking our entire exit. Connor finally broke down the gate, and I noticed he left an iron bar, so I decided to fist it to death. Steve decided to jump in the way, so I decided to go finish breaking the heads down, since we could finally access them. I put the heads into my PV for safekeeping. After I finished in my PV, I needed to go and check to make sure nothing else was messed with in the shop. After everything was fixed, and everything taken was given back, they announced they were just messing around, and then I immediately proceeded to shout out my shop in chat. If you guys want to check out the server and visit me, here's how.